What's up, y'all? Tonight I came across a very disturbing video. Actually, um, it's a video I don't understand. It's a police officer in Texas who pretty much sexually assaulted this black female. Um, this channel is Black White. I basically give opinions on different videos I watch. Please like and subscribe to the video. And thank you to all my subscribers that I've already got. Please like and give comments. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and play this video um, of what happened. It's crazy.
Kaya, calm down.
Just calm down, okay? Calm
Just
down.
let her get up. What you do that?
You just
Sit on her
okay,
like
why you
that.
get
Kaya, calm down. Kaya, just calm down.
Okay, just calm down.
Just
I
breathe,
got her.
Kaya.
Calm
Just
down.
breathe.
I got her, please. She's what? Guys, on her. Where y'all doing? 102 degrees out here. Okay, breathe. She cannot breathe.
She's
sir.
still up,
She
Jay.
don't even care. What did you do? No. She hasn't done anything. No.
We'll turn her over. Y'all
Okay,
back up.
okay. But what are you going to turn her over for in school? She has not done anything.
Please let her go. She's literally just walking.
Bro.
There's a lady, or a young lady, and
Now
a
you
Mexican
see
lady
that?
that is walking in the middle of the street, and she's trying to get run over.
I'm not gonna hurt you, okay? But you can't walk off like that, okay?
I don't want you to hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Okay, so this all started because somebody called and reported that there was somebody walking in and out of the traffic, which she was. So I guess this 18-year-old female, she was going through having like a mental breakdown or whatever. And so she was walking in and out of traffic, and pretty much it was dangerous. So they knew the lady felt like something had to be wrong with her mentally in with her walking in out of traffic like that. But my issue is not only the fact that she wasn't a criminal, she was somebody that needed some mental help. You know, the fact that you would get physical or abusive with her, knowing that it wasn't a criminal act or anything like that. And besides the fact that it's a 18-year-old female. But the most disturbing part is how he's on top of her. Now, do you notice he's on top of her? He has her hands above her head, and he's on top of her pelvic, his pelvic on top of her pelvic, his legs spread, and then her legs in between his legs. The first thing I did when I saw this video, I thought of rape. Just to be honest with you, the position that he had her in is very degrading, and it reminds me of how black slave women used to get raped back in the day, and everybody stood around helpless because they knew that they better not do nothing to massa, or else something would happen to them for stepping in or intervening. I keep on saying that I believe you're supposed to have some certain amount of respect. Um, I'm not saying that we don't need police officers. I believe that in our community we need our own policing, because when we did that before in the past, history shows that we did actually um, did very well with that. But how is this appropriate, and how is this policing? How is this appropriate? How is this right?
You do that. Just sit on her like that. Kaya, calm down. Kaya, just calm down. Okay. Kaya, let her get up. What you do that? Just sit on her like that. Kaya, calm down. Kaya, just calm down.
Okay, just calm down.
Just
I
breathe,
got her.
Kaya.
Calm
Just
down.
breathe.
I got her, please. She's what? Guys, on her. Where y'all doing? 102 degrees out here. Okay, breathe. She cannot breathe.
She's
sir.
still up,
She don't
Jay.
even care. What did you do? No. She hasn't done anything. No.
We'll turn her over. Y'all back up.
Okay. But what are you going to turn her over for in school? She has not done anything.
Please let her go. She's literally just walking.
Bro.
There's a lady, or a young lady, an African American lady that is walking in the middle of the street, and she's trying to get run over.
I'm not gonna hurt you, okay? But you can't.
Okay. So like I said, once again, do y'all see how he's basically like dry humping her? Like, now if the mother had a gun, or like let's just say that this was just a normal man on the street that has your 18-year-old daughter tied down on the ground with her hands above her head, sprawled on top of her. Because I doubt very seriously if this was a man suspect, that he would have been pelvic to pelvic on top of a man like that with his hands. So it's clearly sexual, or has something to do with sex, because there's no way in the world he would be on top of a man like that. He did that because it was a female. Now every time I see it, it's just shocking. Like, what move is that? What move is that? How is that appropriate for a man to be on top of a woman like that, restraining a woman like that?
Kaya, calm down.
Just calm down, okay? Calm down.
Just let her get up.
What you just get up?
Kaya, calm down. Kaya, just calm down.
Okay, just calm down.
Just breathe, Kaya.
Calm
Just
down.
breathe.
I got her, please. She's what guys on her? Where y'all get 102 degrees out here? Okay, breathe. She cannot breathe.
She's still up.
She can't. What did you do? No. She hasn't done anything. No.
We'll turn her over. Y'all
Okay.
back up.
But what are you going to turn her over for and cover? She has not done anything.
Please let her go. She's literally just walking.
Bro.
There's a lady, or a young lady,
Okay,
an
so
African American lady that is walking in the
he all on top of her like that because she's supposedly weaving in and walking in and out of traffic. So that was just definitely meant to power trip and degrading, like to degrade her and to treat her like she was less than nothing. And to me, it's definitely like rape. Like, how could you have this woman with her damn hands above her head while you got her straddled down? Like, where they do that at? I'm gonna show y'all from another angle, so you can see better.
Why you don't have to ever hit her? She was like that, okay? No,
Do not touch me. Back up. Back up.
Just calm down. I'm not having it. You not
Let go.
stop.
Let go.
You got that. Jay, stop. Jay, don't stop. Jay, stop. Stop. No, sir, stop, please. Sir, please. Okay, stop. Okay, sir, please. It's all right, Jay. It's all right.
Now you see how they do the women.
It's all right. It's gonna get
They
handled.
out there having a
It's gonna
full
get handled. For sure.
knock down, drag out brawl with women, men. Knock down, drag out. Maya used to 8-year-old female and her mother. The girl in the first place is going through a mental breakdown. The mother trying to comfort her. She hasn't done anything criminal, so it's not like she needs to be in handcuffs or being treated like. Come on now, they having a straight out knockdown, drag out fight with these two females, and then they all men. Like, just like make like. And then just how he just on top of her. I'm gonna try to look at it from this angle because this angle is a little bit better. But make this make sense. Like,
Okay. You need to make sure you're okay. You can get the grass. It's fine. You got a call that you were jumping. Where do you live? Stop pulling away.
Why you don't have to ever hit her? She was like that, okay?
You need to back up. You need to back up. Do not touch me. Back up. Back up.
Just calm down. I'm not having it.
Let go. Let go.
You got that. Jay, stop. Jay, don't stop. Jay, stop. No, sir, stop, please. Sir, please. Okay, sir. Okay, sir, please. Please. It's all right, Jay. It's all right.
It's all right. It's gonna get handled. It's gonna get handled for sure.
And you know what? I'm actually glad that the mother did step in, but the mother should have stepped in another way. Now, just that's just crazy to me. That because, and I say this time and time again in my other videos. Once again, please like, please subscribe, please comment. I have other videos on my channel similar to this. My channel is called Black Life. But just imagine if they didn't have on that blue uniform and that piece of shiny metal. Do you think that? I mean, how important is um, this uniform and this badge when the people who wears it don't do what they're supposed to do, or they're not acting according with the law, they're unlawful? Like, how can we give that uniform and that badge the proper like authority or the proper respect when we see things like this? Because honestly, if the mother had a pistol and would have shot them, to me, it would have been self-defense. Because for one, it's 102 degrees. Two, the girl's already having a mental breakdown, and then you have her straddled down like that. Like, how do we know that she might not have passed out? She might not have died. We don't know exactly where that would have ended up at. And I mean, just the fact that you a man and this is an 18-year-old girl, and then you're the position that you had on top of her like that, like all of that is unlawful. But yet we want to call them law enforcement, and I just don't understand how that's right. And then you see, and then we got people that always want to say, "Oh yeah, we need more black police officers. We need." No, we don't. The black police officer, just like back in slave patrol, they always had some niggas that worked with them, and this is, ain't nothing changed. It's still the same thing now. And a lot of times they will act worse or do worse because they want to prove that they're blue. And I'm not saying all, but I'm saying definitely a lot. Um, they want to prove that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm blue and not black, and that I'm down with y'all. Because instead of him intervening or saying get off of her or trying to de-escalate the situation or whatever, he just jumps right in and follows uh, the blue code. So that's what it is. And so then that's why when we hear stories like this actually was in Texas where that happened at. Um, Texas where this incident happened. And so then when we hear stories like what we just seen about 3 weeks ago, where a Texas officer was killed, then people, and then you think about something like this, then it's just like people don't feel as bad when we hear stories like that about officers. But it's this other video. Let me see if I can. But that's just ridiculous. I'm trying to really download everything I'm trying to say about that, because just when I look at it, just reminds me so much of back in slave time. And when they do stuff like that, they know what they're doing. It's a symbol or it's a representation. Like, you're not gonna sit there and tell me that you got this a woman with her hands above her head and you're lying on top of her, and it's over a mental health crisis, not even nothing to do with criminal or you know what I mean, nothing major. She was having a mental breakdown walking in traffic, and then that's how you treat her. It's just so much wrong with this. But then the system and the society that we live in, it will say that it was justified, that was acceptable for him to do that, that there was absolutely nothing wrong with it, and it was proper procedure. I'm sure that that's what they'll say. But that's why when we hear stories like this 2 weeks ago, and even more currently, but then we hear stories like this, we don't.
Received a call from a concerned citizen in the 1300 block of 10th Street that said that their neighbor was acting strange and was walking around with what appeared to be a large gun. It was only a matter of minutes after that contact that the suspect opened the front door to the residence and began firing on the Levelland police officers.
Josh was a true servant. I can't begin to even suggest what, that kind of a loss means to us at this point in time. But he certainly, like I said, personified the true professional.
So 2 weeks ago, officer in Texas was killed. And then even more currently, today, we have this one I don't have, and I really kind of don't want to put this because we don't know if this man killed officer or not. He's supposed to be a suspect. But anyway, today, August 4th, 2021, I'm not going to show his face because we don't know what they always want to say somebody did something. So I'm not going to show his face. But this is the article today. Blue alert issue for armed and dangerous suspect who shot police officer. And this happened in Texas. It says Corpus Christi, Texas, the Texas Department of Public Safety on Wednesday issued a blue alert for a suspect who allegedly fired a weapon at police and wounded a police officer. The suspect is considered armed and dangerous, police said. He is wanted for attempted capital murder. Officers dispatched to the call of 59 block of Weber for a disturbance in progress. During the investigation, the subject started shooting at the officers. The officer was struck multiple times and suffered severe injuries, police said. And so this happened in Texas. Like, when you hear stories like this, you want to feel bad for the officer and say, I feel sorry. But when you see stuff like this, it's like they're one unit, the Texas police. So when you see the Texas police doing something like this, and then when you hear another story saying that some of them got shot, then it's kind of like you feel like it's a balance, or just the human nature is to be like, well, they deserved it, or they probably did something wrong or something like that. Like, it's hard to feel bad for Texas police when you just see the Texas police do something like what we just saw. I want to see if I can find this other video because people are always talking about the black police. We need more black police and this and that, and the black police be the main ones trying to prove themselves that they're blue until they find out that they're not. Let me see if I can find this video. That's probably all the way down to my list, y'all. Let me see. Oh yeah, and y'all know somebody killed a police officer at the Pentagon. Let me see. I want to show y'all this video too now. Now this video is crazy. This video is crazy how they did this, man. This is what I always say. Like, when do a badge really allow you for you to do stuff, and everybody just supposed to just stand around and nobody's not supposed to do nothing? Like, let me show y'all this video right here. Now this is crazy.
It is disturbing. Kyle Vinson was arrested Friday on an outstanding warrant charge. Within minutes, he was left beaten and bloodied, saying he was fighting for his life. Jeff Pegues is following this.
But hold on, we're about to see from the very beginning, see how it happened.
The body camera videos show officers attempting to arrest 3 men with outstanding felony warrants. When 2 flee the scene, Kyle Vinson is left sitting alone. Oh, sit down. Oh, what the hell did I do? Officer John Hobart is seen pointing a gun at Vincent, ordering him to lie face down and show his hands, which he does. Hands all the way out. Hands all the way out in front of you. Okay. The officer hits Vincent with his pistol at least 7 times. One cut on Vincent's head required 6 stitches. He later holds him by the neck for almost 40 seconds. Vincent's father says he
No, okay, we're gonna take a pause right there, right? Mind you, the other two was the ones that ran. He was the ones who stayed like he was supposed to. So maybe he should have ran. I mean, he was the one who stuck around like he was supposed to. It was a little probation violation, nothing big. And then you see he's being pistol whipped. They pistol whipped him to the where they put a whole gash in this man's head and then choking him. Like it's almost like they was trying to kill him. So this is where I say in situations like this, if he had a gun or somebody standing by had a gun, seen this man in this position, and then they shot out the officer, how is that not like self-defense? Because at this point, this person who has the uniform on and the badge, they are no longer acting as a police officer. They are actually the criminal. So how can you give them the respect like, okay, well, that's police business when it's not actually police business? I'm rewinding this again because this was so sad and like just disgusting. Like the other two ran, he sat there, and then you busting this man in the head with a pistol and got a gash on his head, and then he's handcuffed, and then you choking him. Like, was you trying to kill him? Like for real, was you trying to kill him? Hitting anybody in the head with a pistol multiple times, like, were you trying to kill him? Like,
lie face down and show his hands, which he does. Hands all the way out. Hands all the way out in front of you. Okay. The officer hits Vincent with his pistol at least 7 times. One cut on Vincent's head required 6 stitches. He later holds him by the neck for almost 40 seconds. Vincent's father says he was shocked by what he saw.
I thought he was gonna die because he said you're killing me.
On your face, dude! Get on your face, dude! Aurora's police chief Vanessa Wilson calls the arrest a
you see that? Now he didn't run. He stood right there, did everything that they said, and then you seen how they did him. Busted him in the head till he had gashes, choked him out. And mind you, this is over a probation violation. That's nothing but pure hate. When you do, if think about it, if this was a legitimate police officer, legitimately doing their job like they're supposed to, this guy did not run like the other two. He sat there. He followed what he was told to do. The only thing that was supposed to happen to him in a legitimate, like non-biased, non-racial, just doing my job type of thing. That's not what that is. That's hate. That's pure hate. To be able to do somebody like that hasn't done anything. He didn't try to run. He was following directions, following orders. And then that's the way you do it. Like, and then if somebody would have came up, seen him, because he could have died. He could have died. Anytime you hitting somebody on the head multiple times, and you hitting them so hard to where you caused the gash in this man's head. Come on now.
One cut, Sir John Hobart. Body camera videos show officers attempting to arrest 3 John Hobart.
And then look how we got a gun on his head like that.
Which he does. Hands all the way out. Hands all the way out in front of you. Okay. The officer hits Vincent with his pistol at least 7
That's
times.
hate. That's not policing.
One cut on Vincent's head required 6 stitches. He later holds him by the neck for almost 40 seconds. Vincent's father says he was shocked by what he saw.
I thought he was coming down.
Yeah, that's not policing. That's hate. That's hate. But let me see if I want to go down here and if y'all stick with me, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, um, thumbs up, comment, whatever. Channel is Black Light. I got other videos on my channel similar to this, but that's just purity hate. Like that's not nobody doing their job. That's not. I mean, how do you do a human being like that? Especially one that was doing like they were supposed to. Like, come on now. That's just ridiculous. And this is one I'm about to show y'all. Like we always want to, oh, it needs to be black police, more black police. No, it don't. It needs to be black police, but it needs to be started in our community with our own people, not the same part of the same system because they're all in the same. They're all the same.
With several Detroit police
I'll say
officers now under
89%
investigation. Thanks
of
for
them.
joining us for 7 Act News at 6. I'm Campbell.
And I'm Carolyn Clifford. The
Now check this
investigation
out.
stems from an incident early yesterday morning in Greektown. The first video is shocking, showing a Detroit police officer punching a man in the face and the man falling to the pavement, hitting his head.
Now, new video shows what happened just minutes before. You'll meet the man who shot it all on his cell phone. However, this isn't the first time in recent months violence has erupted in Greektown. Officers have dealt with shootings, stabbings, and fights.
But when it comes to what's going on in Greektown and yesterday's incident, the
Happened at 2:30. The first
All right,
video
check
shows
this
a big
out.
group of police moving in on one guy in an orange mask. There's pushing, then it escalates. More police move in. You can see some officers punching and then using their knees. In the next video, pay attention to the man in the blue and orange Detroit Tigers shirt trying to intervene and a man in a red shirt pulling him back. Then the third video. That man is pushed by one officer. He falls to the ground, gets up, and is punched by a second officer. He falls down.
Now you see, the black officer wasn't even initially up there, but you see he trying to show them. You can clearly tell how he brushed up to the front, and then why did he have to punch him? The dude already pushed him down on the ground. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to show them, yeah, I'll get him too. That's exactly what that's about.
Gets up.
Watch, he comes from out of the back of the back of the crowd of the officers, rush up to the front to hit bruh man. And then if you notice, bruh man wasn't even doing that. He was just pretty much just standing there backing up like this, and then he still came up and punched him in the
Then
face.
using their knees. In the next video, pay attention to the man in the blue and orange Detroit Tigers shirt trying to intervene and a man in a red shirt pulling him back. Then the third video. That man is pushed by one officer.
Now see, he pushed him down already. Now look at him walk out the crowd. Look.
By a second officer. He falls
See that?
down hard. In the next video, pay attention to the man in the blue and orange Detroit Tigers shirt trying to intervene and a man in a red shirt pulling him back. Then the third video. That man is pushed by one officer. He falls to the ground, gets up, and is punched by a second officer. He falls down hard.
I did not see the escalation.
That's why I say if you blew, you blew. If you blew, you blew. I mean, point blank. When they sign up and go on them jobs, you know what I mean? They already know what it's about. So, it is what it is. And I watched tons of videos where black officers standing right there. If I put it like this to you, if you've been on the police force for more than 5 and 10 years and you never filed a complaint or you never said anything else against another officer, then you know good, like you part of the problem. Because it's too much corruptness in the police department and in policing for you not to encounter or in years or to come across something that was unlawful or incorrect or unethical. That's just my opinion. That's just what I feel on it. So if you've been in the police department for 15, 20 years and you never had a problem or never had an issue with nobody, that's because you either been part of the problem or if you've been standing by watching the problem happen, not nothing to do with it or whatever. That's my opinion on that. Like point blank, that's just what I feel about it. So if you blew, you blew. But yeah, going back to that story though with that sister, that was definitely like unacceptable. It actually hurt my heart a little bit because, like I said, it just reminded me of our history of when white man could come and sexually assault black women, and there was nothing that well that no one could do besides stand by and watch. It was kind of similar to what's going on because there was some brothers out there too, and there was some sisters out there too. Now, had they shot him or tried to jump on him or do anything to him, then they would have been in the wrong, or they've been prosecuted or possibly shot or whatever like that. But I'm just saying, like I understand policing and everything like that, but once these people cross the line and they're no longer policing, just like we seen in the last video, that was purity hate. That didn't have anything to do with policing. That didn't have anything to do with upholding the law. That didn't have anything to do with being a public servant. That was just purity hate. That was somebody who has on the uniform of a police, but is not actually a police officer. So that's just my video opinion for the night. Like I said, this is my channel, Black Light. I have other videos. Please like my videos and please subscribe to my channel. And once again, I have other videos on my channel just like this. Thank you very much for watching.